It's a scene that never gets old in Norman for Sooner Nation, a 10th straight celebration of a Big 12 championship. Last night here at Marita Hines Field, even Coach Gasso getting after the grandkids. And 11, a win over Oklahoma State to clinch the regular season championship. He will be facing Nicole May out there in the circle, the righty sophomore out of Northern California. A member of the all Big 12 freshman team a year ago. She is 12-0 this season with a sub-1 ERA. She is unbeaten on the year. Hope Troutwine, who picked up the win last night, unbeaten on the year. And freshman phenom Jordy Ball on the season 21-1. This pitching staff has a better ERA gang than the national championship team did a year ago. And that is the challenge for Oklahoma State. They have struggled in the last couple of weeks to score runs. Of course, it's 8 straight games now they're playing top 20 competition.
Putting Gajewski, their head coach, mixing up the lineup yet again, putting Chelsea Alexander, who was not in the lineup the first game of this series. Now she's here at the top. He's talked about how looking for her to help ignite this team, get an offense that's been very stagnant. Of course, they're facing the best pitching staff in the country.
There's a 3-1 to Alexander. But Trickle's foul. Got to go back to 1997. That is the last time that the Cowgirls won a game here in Norman. They did pick up a win in Stillwater last year. And then Oklahoma beat them for the Big 12 Tournament Championship. Patty Gasso, 28th season with the 5 national championships and embracing what they love to call the championship mindset. Alexander pops it up. 1 down.
Nicole May is still dirty, as Patty Gasso likes to say. She's got a lot of downward movement. It's not going to be as much velocity as Jordy Ball, but she can still spot her pitches. She will raise her eye level with the rise ball, but she has a lot of down. 17 walks on the season. Difficult to square up. And that's one of the things that Coach Gasso likes about her. 12-0 on the season.
She doesn't get as much of the swing and miss. I mean, she will get it, but most times it's really relying on her defense. Yeah. I mean, you talk about her pitching down in the zone, more pitch to contact.
Pitch to contact, exactly.
Caitlin Carwile, the right fielder. Down in the dirt, another one bounds away from Lindsay Elam. She gets the start for the second time this series. Kinsey Hansen will be the DP today, and Jocelyn Allo is playing out in right field on this senior day. Carwile has hits in both games in the series. Lions called off by Brito out in left, 2 down. Passing along some information to Miranda Ellish in the 3 spot in the lineup. Miranda's 1 for 6. She had a base hit last night in the series. Two-time All-American. Pulls that one to the right side. Jennings is there in a 1-2-3 inning for the Jada Coleman will lead things off for the Sooners. Coleman, Allo, and Jennings at the top. They got the 7-1 win over Maxwell on Thursday night. skies that out to center field. Oh, almost overrunning it was Factor, able to reel it in. The wind is blowing out today, folks. With the NCAA career home run queen stepping into the batter's box, Jocelyn Alo, 111 now is the count. And as a team, they have hit a home run in each of the first 2 games in the series, so the team total now up to 122 on the year. And in steps Alo in her final regular season home game here. Three for 6 with a couple of runs batted in so far in the series. Of those 111 home runs have come in first innings of games. Her favorite spot is center field to go yard.
She's also hit a lot of them off of 0-0 counts, first pitch, as well as full count.
And in fact, one of the RBIs in the series is a walk RBI. On Thursday night. Last year's National Player of the Year and a 3-time All-American.
Big open stance.
And a called strike 3. 2 down.
Well, this is where Kelly Maxwell can be so deceiving. She has that off-speed drop that just has a little bit of run in and a little bit of down, and this off-speed pitch is just slow enough that it freezes Alo. That is a big out for Kelly Maxwell.
Here comes Tiara Jennings. Jennings, All-American a year ago, the National Freshman of the Year. Putting up big numbers again, nearly 400 at the plate, 22 home runs, including one off of Maxwell the other night.
It was up and away. A zone they've got to be very careful with.
Up and away hits at the opposite
Field.
And that's what this Oklahoma team does so well. They stay so inside the ball, you know, so for younger athletes out there, if you really study Oklahoma's hitting, it's that barrel, the way it hits the inside of the ball. They don't get around the outside. They stay inside and hit middle out.
Tiara Jennings does this perfectly, Michelle. Exactly what you said. Pitch up, away. And because this is her power zone, and she can pull the ball too, but for the most part, you look at her slugging, she slugs to right center field.
3-0 pitch, taken all the way, 3-1.
And when you have a hitter that can hit the inside of the pitch, as a pitcher, you don't know where to throw because you're throwing inside, they're still staying inside, they're barreling up the inside of the ball. So it's just so difficult to fool hitters that can do just such a good job of barreling up that inside part of the ball.
Draws the walk with 2 outs.
So this is what we're talking about. You can see the way that Oklahoma's bat angle comes in. So this is a pitch that, look at the barrel, look where the ball is. She's hitting the inside of the ball, driving it the opposite way. So off the plate, but still bringing it in. Same thing here with Brito. She's gonna hit the inside. You can really see it on her. So that is a pitch that's inside, but that barrel lag hits the inside of the ball and shoots it the opposite direction.
Grace Lyons, who had a solo home run in the win last night. Her lone hit so far of the series. The senior shortstop having an All-American type of campaign, having a Big 12 Player of the Year type of season.
And that was the biggest thing Patty Gasso told us, is her understanding, her growth has been on offense. The D has always been there, one of the best shortstops in the game, but where you see the growth from Patty's is understanding the pitches that she can drive. That is such a hard understanding as a hitter when you know you can hit anything, but what can you hit hard? You hold on that because you gotta, it's something that's a fine line, and you practice, you mentally visualize, you get to a point where there is a certain zone that you lay off of, and then there's a zone that you unleash on. Grace Lyons has done that in her senior season.
Low out of the zone, 3-1. Bubba Ewald behind the plate today. Chad Steers at first, Carlos Guzman at third. Umpiring crew.
That's the pitch right there. It needs to get called. It did not get called against Tiara Jennings. It was the same pitch she walked on, but getting in on the righties, being able to locate that pitch to perfection from the left side of these righties is a very tough pitch to hit.
3-2 count. Jennings will be on the move at first, fouled out of play.
She's moved to the front of the box trying to catch that curveball before it gets underneath her hands. And the farther you are back in the box, the more run a pitcher has to work with. Moving that pitch through the three-dimensional strike zone.
Another 3-2 pitch from Kelly Maxwell. Out to right. And room for Carwile to make the catch. A walk, one left on, scoreless, 3-1 in Norman. Pennington, career start, 256 for Sydney. A grad student out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. That's every single game of her career. Had an RBI single on Thursday. And had a hit last night as well. She's been one of their consistent bats. And that RBI, the only one of the series. Looking for her first career hit off of May. She's 0 for 6 the last few seasons. We talked about the tough finish. They swept Texas, then they lost a pair on the road to Florida State, and now they've lost the first two of this series. With a team batting average of just 151 over the last 7 games, and 11 runs total in those 7 games against some of the best pitching in the country.
Look at who they were facing.
But Kenny Gajewski has said, hey, we need to be better. We have to. They've had opportunities. They just have not capitalized.
And Pennington draws the walk. Yeah, they had a couple of hits in the first inning last night. And then they only had one more the rest of the evening. But they were not able to punch a run across early, get a little confidence, get a little momentum. There's Kenny Gajewski. Year number 7 in Stillwater with back-to-back trips to the Women's College World Series. They set records a year ago with runs scored, home runs hit, and slugging percentage. The year prior to that, Sam Shaw and company got them back to the World Series for the first time in a while. power numbers have dropped, and there are several players that just have not been able to match the swings of a year ago. Haley Busby had 19 home runs last season, 4 this year. Getting the start again today. Yeah, look at the slug last year that set the single season school record.
You have a good year, you have a target on your back, and people try to find that hole in your swing and attack you.
Lays off 2-2. All Big 12 performer last year. Started out her career at Virginia. A grad student from Phoenix.
Seen a lot of battles, both teams, a lot of foul balls. Tracking it the last 2 games, about 20 foul balls per team.
Per game. 89 foul balls through the first 2 games.
Working early in this game. Second inning, some few full counts. Of course, the walk to Pennington.
3-ball count.
Foul ball.
Nicole, former California Prep Player of the Year. She was a top 10 recruit coming in. She was in the middle of the whole JMU scenario last year when they lost to JMU in the first game in Oklahoma City and then had to beat them twice in the national semifinals. She picked up a loss and then also a win. And the coming out party for Odyssey Alexander. And what a postseason for the Dukes. The first non-Power 5 team to reach the national semifinals in the modern era since we went to the championship series format. Busby launches one. Back it goes and gone! Haley Busby, 2-run shot. Pitch okay, stayed in front.
How about the battle? I mean, she saw everything. Change-up, she had the screwball, she had the curveball. This is going to be the rise ball to be up in the zone. And she sits back and does a really nice job within this at-bat, wasting pitches. And honestly, her stance got wider as the at-bat went on. She started to read everything Nicole May was pitching her. A lot of down in the zone, and finally she gets something up. She can not only drive, hit out. The Pokes are on the board.
10th pitch of the at-bat. And she sent the rise ball a long way.
Well, the key is, like you said, Jess, she battled, and she wasn't fooled by the off-speed pitch, and that's one of the things we saw throughout this series is that Oklahoma State's been out on the front foot. Busby's back. She fouls off enough of those off-speeds to get rid of them until she gets one she can handle.
And bring up Taylor Tuck and strike to Taylor, 1-1. Her first start of the series for the senior from Stillwater.
Back-to-back changeups by May.
First lead of the series for the Cowgirls on the Haley Busby 2-run home run. There's the off speed, misses the mark, full count.
Hasn't been consistent with that pitch. The changeup's been all over. We've seen it up in the zone. Not quite getting a feel for that early in this game.
Grounds it to Snow at first. Taps the bag, 1 down. Here comes Cheyenne Factor, senior from Yukon, Oklahoma. 1 for 4 in the series for Cheyenne. Got home run power as well, 10 on the season for her. She and Julia Cottrell and Sydney Pennington all with 10 each. Cottrell not in the starting lineup today. Two-0 from May. 2-1. Early activity in the bullpen.
Casey McAdoo and Hope Troutwine warming up.
Troutwine got the win yesterday. Two-2 pitch. Base hit. Goes the other way. Third Cowgirl to reach here in the inning.
All with 2 strikes, too. We're seeing some battles, foul balls. In this case, just getting the off-speed up high enough to drive into right field. And Smitty, you said it, stand back. I mean, that's the difference I'm seeing in this game from the last 2. Not getting out in front, you're susceptible to that off speed. Sit back, poke it to right, you're on base.
Kylie Naomi, who had been in the leadoff the last couple of games, now in the 8th spot in the lineup. Out of Lafayette, Louisiana. The throw down to first. Factor gets back. Oh, 2 pitch. Johns to Jennings at second for 1. Over to first base. Double play, Sooners. And the 2-0 lead. Now can you keep the Oklahoma bats quiet? A tall task for every opponent this year for a team that leads the country in scoring. It's Brito, Elam, and Johns due up here in the bottom of the 2nd. First and foremost, you got to avoid the big inning. It was a 4-run third inning on Thursday night that won it for Oklahoma. It was a 5-run third inning that won it last night for the Sooners.
And the third inning's been the second time through the order. Oklahoma State doing a good job first time through. But when they've had a chance, and you got to remember, they've all faced Kelly Maxwell just 2 days ago.
And I think of both those games, if you go back, there's a couple of defensive plays that if they would have made the play, made a better decision, they could have helped themselves out. Oklahoma doesn't need more help.
No, can't give them 4 outs ever.
Well, they're hard to retire in order as it is, right? Even with 3 outs, they put massive numbers up on the board. They are that good.
Two for Maxwell, who along with 3 Oklahoma Sooners have all been named to the Player of the Year Final 10 list. Evans going back and coming on is Carwile to make the catch, 1 down. Lindsey Elam, 1 for 3 on Thursday, and then a pinch hitter last night, 0 for 1. She's got a 6-game hitting streak as a starter.
A lot of underneath swings we're seeing early on against Kelly Maxwell. She's doing a nice job of throwing her rise, throwing her curve, but in the zone with a little late movement. And these swings, because they're angled a little underneath, are missing, whether it's foul balls behind or fly ball outs. All 3 of the balls are going to put in play have been fly balls.
The other teams that lost, by the way, this week, how about UCLA, Alabama, UCF, Arkansas, Texas lost today, Washington lost late last night.
Northwestern.
Crazy. Northwestern twice. Bad losses this week. Not bad by RPI, but bad on the scoreboard. As they are trying to clinch the Big Ten. Snagged behind the dish by Taylor Tuck. 2 down. Look at that. 6 of the top 10 lost on Friday. Wichita State, the big upset yesterday of UCF to tie them at the top of the American standings, and then UCF answered today to go back in front with 1 more to go. And Jordan Weber helped Missouri to a win over Alabama yesterday. The Tide responded today with the W to even that series.
This has been the hitter to me, Jana Johns. There's some ridiculous hitters throughout this lineup. I get it, big names. In this series, it's been Jana Johns. Not because she's gotten the big home run, not even that she has gotten the big hit. It's been the at-bats, the walks, extending the inning, and honestly has been the difference in their big scoring innings.
Yeah, she has been battling those Oklahoma State pitchers, fouling off pitches, working deep into counts.
Exhausting them.
Yeah.
And then getting on base, and the way we talk about the energy of Oklahoma, they just feed off of her and what she's been able to do. 44 pitches and 6 at-bats coming into today. It's working this Oklahoma State staff.
She's atop the foul ball list as well, Jana.
Yes, she is.
17 of them.
She's giving out a lot of souvenirs, that's for sure.
Fan favorite.
Karen Johns, no relation, giving us that statistical information. No relation, right? KJ is always up at the booth with us. Well, she's a Gamecock.
That's right.
And Jana
transferred
in from SoCal. Two-two pitch from Maxwell to Johns. Full count. 4th of the ball game for the Oklahoma hitters. Or for Johns, I should say, in the series. That hit it. Second time in the game, 2 outs in an inning and a free pass. No damage done in the first, and now here is Johns on in the second with 2 down for Kinsey Hansen. A 3-run double yesterday for Kinsey. And I think that is the 90th time in her 5-year career that Jana Johns has been hit by a pitch. 90 boo-boos.
Wow. That's a lot of bruises.
That's the 30th here at Oklahoma. She had a bunch more at... Can Kinsey find the consistency? Coming back from an injury mid-season, Patty Gasso said she was kind of pressing a little bit at times. You know, you come back from an injury, you want to jump right back in, make an impact. Had the big hit yesterday. Can she follow it up today?
She keeps moving way off the plate.
These two, Maxwell and Hansen, will be teammates with Team USA this coming summer. Popped her up. Caught in foul territory by Pennington, and that'll take care of that. Of course, Jocelyn Alo in her final regular season home game, they had a nice ceremony. The seniors catching the first pitches from parents. Alo and Elam and Johns and Snow and Hope Troutwine, their numbers on the outfield fence out in center to recognize that group. Bree Evans and then the top. Haley Busby, a 2-run home run. As the Pokes out in front. Just the 7th home run hit off of Sooner pitchers all season.
Yeah, we always talk about the offense. It almost overshadows how good their pitchers have been.
28 shutouts in their 47 wins. They have the #1 ERA in the country, and all 3 of their pitchers in the top 10 nationally. Evans is 0 for 4 so far in the series. How about the 6 combined no-hitters? I think a couple of them are perfectos.
And have 28 shutouts.
Is that a career?
Probably, for most pitchers.
And the walk for Bree Evans. It's the second for the Cowgirls, and that'll bring up the top of the order. So a second look now at Nicole May for Chelsea Alexander.
Last leadoff walk scored. There's kind of a big no-no. And Nicole May, just early in this game, we've seen her stretch, kind of wiggle her arm a lot. I don't know if she's just tight, just not great feel for her pitches.
Dropping down the bunt, Johns played a first, and the sacrifice for Alexander moves Evans over.
And I love, Jess, as a hitter, that you notice the body language of a pitcher, right? It is so important, and we talk about pitchers all the time. It's so important, the message that you're relaying to the hitters, to your opponent, just by your body language.
And we're watching. That's the thing, is I think a lot of times you're in your own head. You don't realize that I'm studying you.
There's nonverbal skills So important.
And same with the opposite. And then you get a pitcher like Jordy Ball who just looks like she cannot like get in the batter spot. Like then I'm like, okay, I'm scared. Like, she's coming at me. She is ready. It's gonna be a little different.
And for a strike. Carlisle flew out to left back in the first inning. 375 on the year with a runner in scoring position. Right back up the middle. Evans heads for third. She'll hold there. And the throw gets away from Johns, and that will allow Carlisle to move over to second.
You never see that either. Jada Coleman, the center fielder, coming up with that base hit. Usually you're coming home or at least take your cut. She went directly to third base to try to get behind Bri Evans, the runner. So watch her come up and try to throw behind. Almost ends up being a big mistake, but you never see them throw behind the runner at third base.
So another threat for the Cowgirls, and here's Miranda Elish with 2 in scoring position. Did not hold up, 0-1. She grounded out to second base back in the first. 1 for 7 in the series. Glove by Lyons, and then she'll step on second base for a double play. Wait, no, she did not tag the runner. It was not a force. Heads up by Kenny Gajewski, telling Carlisle to get back to second because that was not... Is that what he's trying to argue? But she caught the ball in the air, so
it would be a tag up.
She didn't tag out. She didn't tag up.
Right.
She missed the base.
Bag. She missed the base.
How did...
Wow,
did Kenny see that from third?
Because it's a force, it's anytime the ball's in the air.
Yeah, it was a tag, yeah.
How do you miss the bag? I mean, she had 10 feet, 10 seconds of time. She was almost already celebrating. Take a look if she did miss it. Oh, I mean, she definitely doesn't get the top of the bag.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, sure, she gets the corner right there. You see her foot move. Yeah, she gets the corner of the bag. Almost sprained an ankle, but yeah, she steps on it. ESPN Plus debuts in August. 2-0 lead for Kelly Maxwell at Oklahoma State, courtesy of the Haley Busby 2-run home run. Sooners will send up 9-1-2. Here's Taylor Snow for the first time today. 0 for 4 with a run scored so far in this series. Oh, 2. Gets her to pop it up. Busby's got it. 1 down.
6 fly ball through 9 batters. Every contact has been in the air and weak. We've seen 2 fly out to catch her alone or above around her plate. This is usually the time. At least so far we've seen the series. Now back up to the top of the lineup. Jada Coleman, second time through the order is when they've started to break things open.
of their 13 runs the last 2 nights coming in this 3rd inning. Coleman flew out to center back in the 1st.
Beautiful pitch. It's like 2 devils in one. Left and left, it's curve and it's off speed. So it's got that spin that's going away and you're pulling the string. It's really not a fair pitch from a left-handed hitter's point of view. It's both devils in one pitch.
Throws that to the right side, foot race, and Busby dives for the 2nd out. Here comes Jocelyn Allo. Struck out looking at an off-speed pitch in the 1st, just her 15th strikeout of the season.
They got her in. So they got her looking. They went all the way in off speed, and then the last one perfectly painted inside. Kind of held up. She saw her body start to go, and then it almost just froze her.
Head-to-head showdown here of Player of the Year contenders and U.S. national teamers. And a great lefty-righty. Piece of that 1 and 2. Two and 2. Pennington walked in the 2nd and then scored in front of the Haley Busby home run. Pennington a hit now in all 3 games of the series. Takes a look at a strike from Nicole May. Hannah Kaur is the new right fielder. Jocelyn Allo will stay in the game as the DP Kinsey Hansen is out of the lineup.
Change up on the outside corner, and Pennington just not identifying it. Doesn't think she went, but umpires called the pitch.
Off the glove of Johns Lyons, trying to clean it up and does.
What were you just asking, Patty?
Exactly.
Good timing.
For her to say the best shortstop she's ever seen. She knows the alums are watching. They've had some greats come through the program. And the biggest thing here is getting the hop, staying relaxed, knowing the runner, understanding you've got time, not trying to rush that. This defense will do a lot of things, but I love watching the way they consistently make plays.
Scored 5-6-3. Give Janet Johns the assist on that one.
It was hit hard, too.
Here's Haley Busby. Speaking of hitting it hard, she was the home run hitter in the second. Fifth of the year for Haley. One and two. And a shake of the head, okay.
Amazing what a good defense does for your pitcher's psyche, mindset. First time I've seen her attack a batter early, get ahead.
Lions. 2 down. Yeah, Patty Gasso told us when we asked about Grace this week, all out all the time. I thought it was a great description for a complete player at short and at the plate.
I love that we're watching her right now. I mean, look at her talk to everyone. And not just chatter, just, you know, repeating the outs, kind of letting know the situation, even with no runners on.
Taylor Tuck rounded to first, or first time out. Three and one. Jennings has it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Sooners, down a couple to the bottom of the fourth. Here's 3, 4, and 5 now getting a second look at Kelly. Tiare Jennings walked in the first.
There's Patty Gasso's message to the team between innings was, I want to see you more aggressive. I feel like every time I'm looking at the scoreboard, it's 0-2. So when you see a strike early, this is a team that takes a lot of pitches. She wants them to start swinging early in the count.
Jennings, another pop-up. Evans can't hang on to it. And a miscommunication out in right field. That was Carwile's ball.
It's not even miscommunication, it's non-communication. Caitlin Carwile, you nailed it, Beth. I mean, you gotta be loud as an outfielder. There's no way Bri Evans, look how far back she's going. Once she goes to backpedal mode, Caitlin Carwile is there and her mouth is not moving. She's not going for this. This is all day long your ball without a doubt. You gotta be loud.
And to your point, Jess, the wind is whipping and blowing out. That means you have to defer to the outfield over the infield.
E4, Jennings in scoring position for Grace Lyons. Solo home run in the 5th inning last night. Fly out to right in the 1st today. Check out the home run swing. No doubter for Grace.
Last night, I mean, this thing was hit so high and so far, you had to take a beat to even be able to tell if it was fair. That's how far it was.
Swing like that again would tie this thing up.
This is what we've seen, too, from Oklahoma State on the flip side is the errors. We've seen, whether it's mental errors, physical errors that are in the scorebook, giving Oklahoma anything extra, you can't.
Two pitch. And the press box roof with that one.
Everything has been up. Every contact made from these Sooner hitters has been in the air.
Just one ground out so far in the ball game. She likes fighting off here. Maxwell trying to prevent the error from being a costly one. It's happened the last couple of days, and Jennings rounding 3rd and headed home. RBI single, Grace Lyons cuts the deficit in half.
Two-strike at bat. Beautiful job. Pitch up in the zone, just meets it. Like literally just trying to meet it up the middle, and because it's an angle, just bringing factor a little to her left. No chance. Getting Tiara Jennings at home. Easy RBI single for Grace Lyons.
There's Alyssa Brito. Go-ahead run now at the plate. Getting back to what you talked about, Michelle, at least 5 runs in the series so far attached to a player that has walked to get on base, reached on an error, or an RBI walk with the bases loaded. And that doesn't even count the miscues that don't go down as errors in the scorebook, that we've seen a couple of those as well.
Yeah, and you had mentioned yesterday, coming into the last weekend against Florida State, Oklahoma State had the best fielding percentage in the nation. Only 20 errors going into, made a couple errors against Florida State, a couple errors in this series. And sometimes that's what pressure does. That's what a team like Florida State and Oklahoma do. They make you have to think quick.
Brito grounds to Pennington. She'll go to Evans at second. They'll get the lead. 1 down. I'll bring up Lindsay Elam, one of the seniors, celebrating her final regular season game today.
The catcher, number 22, Lindsay Elam.
Career highs last year in home runs and runs batted in, and she will probably surpass those already with more home runs and close in the RBI department. in the final campaign. Pennington over to first, double play. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Pokes here in the 5th. Cheyenne Factor to lead it off, a single in the 2nd. 3 hits so far in the ball game off of Nicole May. Kelly Maxwell has allowed just 1 hit. And look at that, the last win in Norman, 1997. That's 25 losses in a row here. And overall, the series right now, not much better for the Cowgirls. They've lost 29 of the last 30. It's been a decade of dominance for Oklahoma, not only in the Big 12, but nationwide, with 8 trips to the World Series, 6 trips to the Championship Series, and 4 national titles since 2013. A big difference in this rivalry, quite frankly, was the play of Michelle Smith from 1986 to 1989. Look at that.
Yeah.
14-2, Smitty. You took it to him.
Yeah, it was a different day back then. Sandy Fisher was our head coach.
Yep. But the job that Patty Gasso has done here, let's see, I think Patty has won 84% of the Bedlam games in her 28 seasons. Two to Factor. The off speed, in fact, it drives the walk. 3rd time in the last 4 innings that she has led off with a walk. On Nicole May. Looks like we got a pinch runner coming on at first base. Avery Hobson. Factor can re-enter. And it's Kylie Naomi due up.
Your attention, please. Pinch running for Oklahoma State, number 28.
That is Hope Troutwine, the starter yesterday, and the Game 2 winner out in the pen. Thought we might see her make an appearance on her senior day. Hobson dropping down the bunt. Naomi does to move Hobson over. 2nd successful sacrifice of the day.
Second baseman, number 1,
Brianna walked in the 3rd, got stranded at 3rd base. For her first base knock of the series. Snow steps on the base, 2 down, Hobson to 3rd. And here comes the top. Chelsea Alexander popped out in the 1st and then laid down the sacrifice in the 3rd.
This is where it's been a different game, too. Nicole May, talked about it earlier, more pitch to contact. We've yet to see a strikeout, so not a lot of swing and miss. A lot of balls being put in play. We saw earlier in the series is really, you know, big strikeouts in these type of scenarios where the runners are in scoring position. You kind of feel the cowgirls coming, and then whether it was Hope Trautwein or Jordy Ball being able to shut the door. Here it's been a reliance on defense.
And I think that's a good thing for the Sooners, because at some point, you know, through the postseason, they're going to be challenged.
Yeah.
And you want your defense to be able to be in those pressure situations. You know, and Patty knows that. That's why last year she went to Georgia midweek. This year she went to Kentucky midweek. One of those games where her team was going to be challenged.
They talked about it, how much they were looking forward to this series. They want to compete. They want to have better competition. They knew coming into Bedlam, it's going to be the best team we might face all season long.
Alexander draws the walk. Second of the inning.
Big smile for the family. Look at the numbers too. ERA .09. I mean, and she's got the innings. It's not like, I mean, she's 14-0, but the amount of innings she's thrown, 80 and a third, only 29 hits, and 120 strikeouts.
Just giving up one earned run, a home run.
Here's Caitlin Carlisle, flew out to left in the first, a single in the third. Cheyenne Factor walk to lead off the inning. Hobson came on to run for her, a good sacrifice, and then another walk for Chelsea Alexander. So runners on the corners. Trying to add to the lead after Oklahoma scored in the bottom of the fourth. To inch closer.
And this is where Trautwein is such a great pitcher coming in after May, because everything has been down, it's been off speed. Now you're going to get velocity and you're going to get rise ball up in the zone.
Right at Jennings, flips over to Lyons, and that ends the threat. Seven, 8, and 9, Janet Jones.
Carly Petty in at second base now. Bree Evans out of the game.
Jones hit by a pitch in the second. It speaks to the job that Kelly Maxwell has done, that the Oklahoma hitters are only getting up twice in the first 5 innings.
Of course, facing Janet Johns is like going through an entire lineup in itself. The pitches that she sees per plate appearance. 49. From her fake cousin Karen Johns over here in the booth. Oh, 7 at-bats, 50 pitches, I mean, 52 now. Quick addition. Come fly. I can do it.
1-2 pitch here. 2-2. And through all that, Jess, just 1 hit so far, but 5 free passes.
And a lot of that, a lot of spoiling pitches.
Yep.
Pitches that are borderline with 2 strikes. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hand, so you foul it off. Give me another one.
She gets hit again. That's the third time in the series.
It's just her curveball trying to get underneath her hands, and it gets away from her.
One thing I've seen from Kelly Maxwell too is when she misses, she's going to miss more often. Like she really has been disciplined with not missing over the plate.
Kinzie Hansen will re-enter here in the ace spot in the lineup, popped up in the second. Tying her on board with nobody out here for the Sooners at the bottom of the fifth. 0-1. Another one way inside to the righty, especially with Hansen way up in the box like that.
Cut off that movement.
Yeah, trying to cut that curveball off before it really gets in her hands.
I was never big on moving around in the batter's box because it would just mess with me. I knew where my zone was, and I always give kudos to hitters that can, because it just, especially moving towards the pitcher, no thank you.
Drifting into foul territory, coming on to make the play is Carwile.
There it is. That's the communication that was missing last inning. We saw the error happen. Bree Evans, as soon as the ball is hit in the air, you're calling it, because you got three people coming out. And honestly, Smitty, when you've got infielders coming back, you got to give them confidence that I'm here and I've got this.
Number 5, Taylor Cena.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that communication, and as you mentioned, Jess, it's the confidence that the outfielder is going to be able to run that down.
Taylor Snow in the 9 spot. Thinking about the bunt there. She has not hit well this year against left-handers. 390 overall, but she's sub 100 against the Southpaws.
It's that curveball. It's the toughest pitch, left on left. Away from lefties. That one. That'd be the one.
It's tough to bunt too.
Just everything's moving away from you, and your swing, as a lot of left-handers are, is going towards right field. That pitch is taking you basically towards left field. You have to be incredibly disciplined.
Swing and a miss, swing and 2. And that hits her. At the bottom of the order, 2 hit batters. And 2 on with the top. Coleman and then Alo.
What it is she lives on corners, and right now, as she's starting to tire, instead of missing over the plate, she's going to miss more off the plate. So we saw it away on the other side of the plate. Now we're seeing it into right-handers we saw, and now we're seeing it into left-handers. So both sides of the plate, arm side and glove side, the misses are just getting bigger, wider instead of over the plate.
Alo on deck as Jada Coleman steps in. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Still their only ground out of the game. Coleman has been on base 47 of their 48 games. Not yet today. Two and one.
Coleman bunted there, that's a win for Oklahoma State. I know she's the power, the ability that she has as a hitter. 1 out. She should not bunt.
One pitch from Maxwell. Walker to load the bases for Jocelyn Alo. Maxwell has struck her out twice today. And they are loaded with 3 free passes. Was not only struck out twice, but both times looking. Maxwell has gotten her with an off speed and a backdoor curve. Strike one.
Right after her. I mean, this is what I like about Kelly Maxwell. She's hit 2 batters and walk. You got this timeout. The crowd is on their feet. You got the home run queen up to bat, and she goes strike one.
23 home runs for Jossie, but only one of those against the lefty.
Strikeouts this game from Alo, both looking, one inside that froze her, the next one away. And it was the sequencing to get there. We've seen now 2 pitches inside to Alo in this at-bat.
John Snow, Coleman aboard. Alo, deep fly ball, back to the track, to the wall, and gone! Grand slam! Jello! And the Sooners are on top. A senior day slam.
Here we go, 0-2. You've struck out looking twice. She wasn't going to do it a 3rd time. She gets this one up middle of the zone. We hadn't seen Kelly Maxwell go. She actually gets underneath it. I talked about earlier, the wind is blowing out, and Alo with the power puts these Sooners on top and out in Home Run Village. This is what they were waiting for. Her whole family is here from Hawaii for senior day to watch Jocelyn Alo. Last regular season home game.
Second grand slam of the year for Alo, and a 5-2 lead and a curtain call. Well, the Pokes were trying like crazy to buy some time in the bullpen. And they could not get to Morgan Day, and Maxwell pitching her heart out today. Alo tags one. with the bases loaded, all 3 passes today. And she sends it. Tiare Jennings, who has reached twice with a walk and then on an error came in to score in the 4th. Cheyenne Factor ran out of room out in center, but that left the door open for one heck of a catch out in the bleachers. There you go, youngster, with the backhanded grab. Nice.
That one signed. How about this? Just 2 hits for the Sooners, 5 runs. The free passes in. I know we've seen the hit by pitches, the walks, but I mean, the errors.
Yeah, and Maxwell, that was an 0-2 pitch. You cannot miss in that situation.
Nice snag by Pennington. 2 down.
And again, we talked about it. This is where Oklahoma capitalizes. You open the door a little bit, they will slam it and run through it.
Literally today with Hollow, the grand slam.
Yes.
The bases have been loaded with a walk and 2 hit batters. Their first run of the game was Tiare Jennings, who reached on an error. And a drop pop-up. And they were able to pass the bat to Jocelyn with the bases loaded. Here's Grace Lyons. That's in for a strike. Oklahoma State had the 2-0 lead. They had runners in scoring position in both the 3rd and the 5th innings, could not get them in after Busby's home run in the 2nd. Busby is due up in the 6th. And a called strike 3. But the Jocelyn Alo grand slam for the lead.
On senior day, the big weekend for a career of Jocelyn Alo. Huge grand slam home run, the rarity. Her team was behind, now they're up 5-2.
5th inning for Oklahoma with the bases loaded. The NCAA home run queen delivers. The senior day slam for Jocelyn Alo, running around the bases. And the 2-0 deficit erased for a 5-2 lead in the curtain call in her last regular season home game here at Marita Hines Field. Number 112.
Just her career. I mean, you think about what she has been able to do. You look at the amount of career home runs, of course, is what she'll forever be known for. And it's the batting average that goes along with it. I mean, that doesn't always go hand in hand with power. 450 career hitter. I mean, she's one of the best to ever wear the Oklahoma uniform, but that we've seen in college softball. She ain't done yet.
That's home run number 24 on the season. In all likelihood, that would lead eventually here to a 3rd 30 home run year for Jocelyn Alo. And when we talk about National Players of the Year multiple times, Kat Osterman with 3 of them. Kaylani Ricketts, Danielle Laurie, Rachel Garcia with 2 apiece. Alo is one of the finalists to repeat. And a strikeout of Miranda Elish. 1 down.
How about Hope Troutwine getting into this game too. I mean, we saw her coming in off the bench after what she had yesterday, a little low rise ball that stays for strike 3, and that's tough as a hitter. You see that spin, you want to lay off, but then she keeps it in for a strike.
Well, like you said, Jess, Nicole May worked a lot low in the zone, off speed, so Oklahoma State looking in that lower half of the zone. Now they have to adjust their eyes. They have to think about attacking waist up.
That is the first strikeout for the Sooner pitchers today. There's Sydney Pennington. Walked and scored in the second. Had the unfortunate ricochet off of Jana John's glove to Grace Lyons to throw her out at first on a hard hit ball. There's the 3-0. Pennington on board again. Well, the last time this happened, Pennington walked, and Haley Busby came to the plate, hit a 2-run shot back in the second inning.
Busby got a pitch up and in and just turns on it, drives it out of the yard. That was a good at-bat. Fouled off a lot of off-speed pitches until she got one she could catch up with. 19 home runs last year. That was her 5th this year.
Another senior that was getting celebrated pregame by Oklahoma.
This time, 3-0.
Top of the strike zone, not getting called so far in this inning. So I think the timeout right now is kind of an adjustment on being able to obviously adjust something down in the zone.
Back-to-back walks. 2 on with 1 out. And the tying run now to the plate, Taylor Tuck. And here comes Jen Rocha. On the outside corner and a run. This is high, 2-1. For a strike, 2-2.
Starter Nicole May back out.
I don't know if we'd see Jordy Bahl get up at all. Seen her in both games. Started the first, came in, closed the second. A lot of it's going to depend on what happens here. If we see a big hit, it's a couple more runs on the board, we might end up seeing Jordy Bahl in this game.
Two to Taylor Tuck. Well, these rise balls have been non-competitive pitches this inning for Troutwine. Count goes full again.
That was ball 4. But it's hard with Troutwine because she can throw a low rise at the top of the zone. We've seen kind of inconsistency if that pitch gets called or not. If you got 2 strikes as a hitter, you gotta be able to differentiate, and that's hard.
Walked her. 3 straight walks, so the exact same situation for Oklahoma State that the Sooners had in the last inning. Bases are loaded without a hit, and here comes Cheyenne Factor. Sooners were able to cash it in with the Alo grand slam. And now it's the Pokes chance. Pennington, Busby, and Tuck aboard. Factor has singled and walked.
Yeah, she's got to find a different zone, and this is, I think, the hard thing when you are a rise ball pitcher and your rise ball isn't working, or you don't have a good feel for it, is being able to go to that secondary pitch, whether it's the off speed.
Yeah, and if you don't have great control of that secondary pitch with runners on, it's hard to have confidence in it at times.
We've just seen the same pitch and the same problem.
Two-0 to Factor. Down in the middle, 2-1.
I mean, I know she's struggling to find a strike, but that's the one.
Yeah.
You're looking for her pitch. That's the one. 2-0. You're waiting for the one down the middle, about thigh high, and that's what she just got. And took it. It's taken all the way.
Another rise ball miss. 3-1.
I imagine there's got to be a pitching change after this if she walks her. Yeah.
From Troutwine, and that walks in a run. 4 straight base on balls. Eight walks in the ball game today for Oklahoma pitchers.
They doubled their season high, which was 4 against Texas Tech.
Credit to both these offenses. They have worked the pitchers in this game. This whole series, they've worked them hard.
Then a .254 hitter, 4 home runs, 9 RBI on the year, chases the rise, 1-1. 2-2. In the dirt, blocked by Elam, and the count goes full. Got it. 2 down.
Morgan Wynn is going to chase a 3-2 rise ball, and this is perfectly placed by Nicole May. That is a good pitch when you have to throw a strike, full count, bases loaded. That is a big-time pitch and a big strikeout for Oklahoma.
Her first of the day. She did not have one through the first 4 2/3. Carly Petty is the hitter here in the 9 spot after she came into the game to replace Bree Evans. Carly started on Thursday and had a base hit. Inside the bag, and Snow can step on first. A run in, but the Pokes leave them loaded.
His grip, she does not get picked, but she had a decent outing yesterday. A couple of mistakes, gave up some long balls. But overall, I mean, she's been a big pickup out of Illinois State for Oklahoma State.
Brito, Elam, and Johns due up here in the bottom of the 6th. Alyssa 2 for 3 yesterday against Morgan Day. What a terrific start to the mayhem around college softball this weekend. 6 of the top 10 in the RPI lost yesterday. Teams are starting to clinch conference championships. Like here yesterday, Oklahoma winning their 10th straight Big 12 title. Virginia Tech wins the ACC. Arkansas back-to-back SEC crowns.
Their first outright, and someone other than Florida or Alabama since 07. Tennessee was the last one to win an outright.
Other than the Tide or the Gators. Now it's short. Naomi picks it up on the one hop, one down.
One hop, tough hop. So the hard ones to charge. 2 good shortstops in this game. Not seeing a lot of ground balls though in this infield. Haven't got a chance to show off too much.
Number 22, Lindsay
Here's Lindsay Elam. Popped up in the 2nd. And into a double play in the 4th. These two will get set for the Big 12 tournament up in Oklahoma City next weekend. We'll have the championship game for you. In fact, it's championship Saturday, a week from today. 4 finals. Starting at 11 a.m., the American, the ACC, the Big 12, and the SEC championships. Fly ball and out of play. A week from tomorrow, Selection Sunday.
Here already.
Yes.
It's like Christmas. It is. I mean, it's where everyone's going, where they're seated. There's always surprises. You don't know what the next unwrapped gift is going to be, and we don't know where we're going to be.
And there'll be a lot of talk about just how good this Oklahoma team is historically. I mean, last year, 56-4. with the national championship. If the score holds today, they will be 48-1. When you look back in the history machine, the best records ever, UCLA in 1992 was 54-2. Arizona's powerhouse team in '94 was 64-3. That's actually a little bit better winning percentage than UCLA's, but as Elam delivers a base hit. UCLA ran through that year with just 2 losses. And of course, last year, Oklahoma, 4 losses. The Sooner team in 2013 was 57-4. A lot of people considered that to be one of the best ever.
It's incredible. I mean, honestly, especially because a lot of times when you have the best record, you don't have the best results in postseason because you haven't been tested. And that's across all sports. And that's something that Oklahoma wants. They want games like this, where their pitchers are challenged, they're giving free passes. It's a close game.
Yeah, they want to know what it's like to be down in a game and have to fight back. Those are important feels.
John Scott under it. Alexander, 2 down. I'd be remiss, by the way, if I didn't mention the Arizona Fighting Finches of 2001 that were 65-4 that year. Hey, Big 12 now on ESPN Plus is a must-have for Big 12 fans. You can catch college baseball action tomorrow at 1 Eastern. Texas, West Virginia, and Oklahoma TCU. Don't miss all the early action of the Big 12 softball tournament. So sign up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12 now. Riley Boone has re-entered, and she will hit here in the 8th spot. Yeah, what's that field going to look like for the World Series? We're going to see a few more new faces? Or when it push comes to shove, will we see those tried and tested postseason programs get back to Hall of Fame Stadium?
I want to see some newbies. That's
Well,
what
look
gets
at
me excited.
Yeah, look at who's winning all the Power Fives. New faces, new names. Boone pops it up. Day's got it. Side retired. To the 7th and the last chance for the Cowgirls. They got a run in the 6th, but left the bases loaded. They had a chance to grab the lead. And now they have 3 outs to work with against Nicole May.
Ron, if you're looking at that stat and wondering, like, wait, they're only 0 for 4 with 2 outs, and it's the 6th, 7th inning. Oklahoma had a couple of inning-ending double plays. So.
Yeah, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd.
It's crazy. 8 runs have been scored, but only 3 hits from each team.
Yeah, the walks have been painful. High chopper. Lions, Chargers won't have a chance. And the tying run will go to the plate for the Pokes.
I mean, this place is so quiet, and Chelsea Alexander, this is what you've got to do. You've got to create your own energy. I mean, it's a 2-run ball game, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like Oklahoma already has this game won. Got moved to the top of this lineup for a reason, and it's to do that. Ignite some energy.
It's Caitlin Carwile stepping in, and Miranda Elish is on deck. The drama builds in Norman, where the Cowgirls have not won in 25 years.
For a pitcher that lives at the bottom of the zone, she wants the calls that are at the bottom of the zone. That's where she lives. The knees. Carwile with that unique stance, that back foot. See that toe pointed right at, actually, Nicole May.
Carwile, Jennings, this could be 2. Lions to first. Double play, Oklahoma. Now it is in the 7th inning,
And we're gonna
so the umpires would have to look at this themselves because I don't believe the Pokes have a challenge left. But it's up to the umpire's judgment late in games to look.
Jennings with a nice flip over. Ooh. Turned by Grace Lyons.
Great stretch, too. Kaylin Snow. I think she's out.
This is the second close play at first base.
Yeah.
The first one was called out, and that looks like it's going to stay out.
I thought she,
Out. Double play, OU. And the Cowgirls are down to their final out.
if they want anyone up to bat, they could pick. It'd be Miranda Elish. She's been their best hitter, their most clutch hitter. She's had a good chance to see Nicole May this game.
A ground out, lined out into a double play and a strikeout today for Elish. Pops it up, Lyons calls for it, ball game. 5-3, Oklahoma sweeps Oklahoma State. And the Big 12 champions improved to 48-1 on the season.